What is up, YouTube? We are back. UFC 319 Dricus Duplessis versus Hamzet Bors Shemif. What a fight that is the headline of pay-per-view. Rest of the card is alright, it's decent, it has depth, but lacks like the really strong like names like at the top. I think the co-main event could have been better. Even though I am starting to get a little hype for a co-main event, which I don't know. But yeah, either way, we're gonna break this down. We did lose 3 fights. We lost Bobby Green and Carlos Diego Vieira. We lost Brian Battle versus Nursultan Ruzaboyev. And then we lost one of the tough finales. I think it was like a Ukrainian guy versus a Brazilian, Canadian guy type thing. I watched like 3 episodes. I think the other guy that's not Ukrainian is like Brazilian, but like lives in Canada, so like I don't know. But either way, that fight got canceled as well. So we're breaking it down right over here. We're gonna start with the first fight, and that is the other tough finale, which is for what was this? I think it was flyweight. So we have. Let me start that. We have Alibi Idris versus Joseph Morales. I saw Joseph Morales fight because I think he fought in the first episode. And then I can't remember if I saw Idris fight, but I definitely saw the one of his highlight KOs. And for that reason, I'm gonna kind of go with him. I'm pretty sure he's like undefeated. Oh my gosh. Yo, I'm tweaking. Makwa Kakasimo, whatever that says. Alright. Oh shit. A Manitoban elk. That one is that's definitely some sort of Manitoban on it. Oh shoot, that's an even bigger one. Oh my goodness. No. You get back here. Oh my gosh. Bang. Fuck. This thing's tanky. That didn't go down right away. Wow. Okay, we got really distracted there. I had to focus. I had to lock in though. You can't mess around with these Manitoban Elks. Yeah, so I think Idris is gonna win. He's undefeated. He just looked better, a lot more dynamic of a striker. Morales is kind of old. I think he already had a UFC stint. He did look good in that fight. And I'm pretty sure he beat #1 guy or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, either way, I'm going with Idris on this one. Moving on to the next fight, we got Karine Silva versus Deone Barbosa. I'm going with Karine Silva just because I think it's like very short notice for Barbosa. I don't know, just don't really care about the pick that much, but I will be going with Karine Silva by decision. Just cause it's kind of loud. Alright. And then moving on to the next fight, we got Edson Barbosa versus Draca close. Um, I will. No, I'm not back and forth on this. I still think Edson's good enough to beat Dracar close. Come back up to lightweight. Um, I think Edson's old. I do worry a little bit for sure. I think, and Dracar close, even though he took a long hiatus and, he came back and he's been like kind of meh. I think he always has been a little meh, but he's decent. Like he has decent wins but I don't think he does it to Barbosa. I think Barbosa keeps him at range and I think he gets him out of there in the second round. Um, I do worry about the grappling though. I could see Dracar close like just taking him down and oh my gosh, I can't even track this out. Where'd my freaking elk go, bro? What? What? Oh my gosh. I think I blew this. Yeah, so we're gonna go with Barbosa second round KO. My goodness, I can't even hunt anymore, dude. This is crazy. Where is this like tracking? Chat, I need help tracking this freaking Manitoban elk. This is what I mean. These things are tricky, dude. Fuck. Where did it go? I'm so confused. Wow. This is so weird. Alright, well, I guess I just gotta start tracking. I'm so confused. Yeah, Barbosa second round KO. I think I found it. This is even older. Oh, no, we're good. Okay, perfect. Alright. Oh my goodness. Alright, moving on to the next one. We got Chase Hooper versus Alexander Hernandez. Oh, found him. I'm going. This is actually kind of a tricky fight. I do think this is like a type of matchup that Hernandez can thrive in. Um, However, I am leaning Hooper. I am banking more so on him just continuing to improve. He is only in his mid 20s. I think Hernandez kind of has hit a plateau, and that is he's still fairly well rounded. He's just I don't know. It's just he's not really like that good in like anything. I don't know. But either way, I could definitely see Hernandez winning, but I will be rocking with Chase Hooper on this one. I think that's the safer pick. Moving on to the next one. Oh, wait, hold on. We gotta go here. We'll run through the forest. Yeah, moving on to the next one. We got Lupita Godinez versus Jessica Andrade. I'm rocking with Lupita Godinez. I think Andrade is completely washed. I think she peaked way too young. I think also going back and forth between strawweight and flyweight, which I respect, honestly. I respect that she did that, but I think that kind of hurt her career, just not being able to settle in on one division. And Now I think Lupita Godinez will just maul her, rob her for 3 rounds. And I do worry about the. Oh, um, jeez, dude, this map is too much. Yeah, so I think Godinez is gonna get it done. I don't think Andrade's in her prime anymore. I do worry about the physicality advantage that Andrade might have, but I still think Godinez is going to mix up the striking. But mainly, she's going to grapple, hold Andrade against the clinch. Probably not the most exciting fight, but does have some exciting moments. And Godinez is going to squeak out a decision 29-28. Um, Actually, or I can see 30-27. I can just see like people being like, "Oh, the drought is done. She's way past her prime," type things coming out after. But you never know with this type of stuff. But moving on to the next fight, we got banger right here. We got Gerald Mearshart GM3 versus Michal Olejashuk. Um. I think this is going to be a competitive fight back and forth. I think Olajay is going to have the advantage. I think Mearshart will have moments where I'm not saying where like he knocks down Olajay or stunts him really, but he's just going to like look like he's connecting on some combos. But I think Olajay it might be getting better with the fight nerds. We don't know that for sure, but did look pretty good in this last matchup. I think Mearshart does pose a threat still, um, but at the same time, I do expect Olajaychuk to make adjustments. I don't expect him to get finished by GM3. Um, that would be crazy. I would actually enjoy that a lot. That's just like you just love to see fun stuff. But oh my goodness, oh my goodness, that was a mountain goat. That's gross. All right. Yeah, so think I'm gonna rock with Olajaychuk here, but I would love a Mearshart win. I just don't think it's gonna happen on this one. Because Olajaychuk is switching to a different. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. I just missed all my shots. That's crazy. Bad shots. Bad shots. On to the next fight. We got Eric Nolan versus Bisangor Susakarev. This should be pretty easy in my eyes. It's gonna be Susakarev who's gonna win. Susakarev, it literally just fought 4 days ago on Dana White's Contender Series. Probably has the nastiest Steve KO I've ever seen in my life. That was actually crazy. Um, I think this is just like a setup, like just kind of promote this guy. A teammate of Hamzat Shemaev. Um, Apparently also has very versatile striking. I don't know too much about his grappling, but it seems like this was pretty obvious once the fight was made. It was like, okay, they need to give this guy an easy win. I don't know anything about Eric Nolan, but obviously he's making his UFC debut as well. Never heard of him, so I imagine this is just, hey, Let's give Sousa Karif a chance, a very, very strong chance to get back-to-back KOs within 4 days. Maybe first round KOs, and that's what I'm going with. First round KO, Sousa Karif. Um, Probably gets him out of there within 2 to 3 minutes again. Honestly, I have that feeling. So that's how I'm gonna be rocking with that one. Moving on to the next fight, we got. Oh, I gotta go this way. We got Tim Elliott versus Kai Asakura to start the main card. Tricky fight. I do think Elliott's a lot older now, but I do think his grappling could pose a lot of issues for Kai Asakura. So, oh shit, I thought that go left. Oh my shit. I gotta get this one. Dead on sight. Oh my goodness, we're back. Way to recover after Dusky Grouse choke. Yeah, so it's a tricky fight with the grappling, but I do think Asakura just in general is a level or two ahead of Tim Elliott, especially at this point in his career. Um, I think Asakura will be able to scramble in moments if he does even get down. I think Asakura will be looking for the knee. Um, who will I be predicting knee KO? I might be going with knee KO in the third. No, I don't want to do that, but I think it's where does this go? Oh yeah. Here. But I think it'll be pretty interesting to see what happens. But I am going to be doing a late round finish. I think Elliott's going to be showing these kind of decent moments. However, he will be losing the fight, and he just will be struggling, and then we'll just kind of wear out, and then eventually Kairos Asakura. I'm gonna say a combination. I'm not gonna say like a punching combination or something. I don't think he gets the knee on Elliott, but I think Elliott will shoot like once or twice, and he'll get like close to land to one throughout the fight until the finish happens. Moving on to the next fight, we got Jared Cannonier versus Michael Page. Tough fight to predict too. I've kind of been back and forth even since I initially put in my pick. But I'm still going to rock with my pick. I don't like to really change. I like to find a way to... Oh, that's a 3. I'm fine with that. I like to kind of stick with my initial picks. And the thing with Cannonier is he's taken so much damage and he's giving a lot of damage too. I mean, I don't know how Marvin Vettori is alive to this day after what has been done to him, but I think it's so. Oh wait, it's so like tough to ever count out Cannonier. I mean, and he's coming off a win. He beat RoboCop, who I think is still a level below Cannonier at the bare minimum. So I did have RoboCop, but I thought Cannonier would have been washed. He's not that washed. His grappling's kind of decent, and that's where he can pose a lot of problems with MVP. If Cannonier really strikes with MVP at all, I wouldn't say at all, but like for like more than half the fight or whatever, like then it's gonna be trouble. And that's the thing, and that's what I think is gonna happen. I don't think Cannonier is gonna be as aggressive in grappling, and I think MVP is just gonna find his shots. I think Cannonier will get him down once or twice, maybe a few times, but I think overall MVP is just gonna kind of win the majority of the rounds, but then Cannonier gets a takedown, holds him down there, does nothing, doesn't advance position. Um, and then, yeah, it's just going to be an MVP decision, in my opinion. I can see an absolutely a world where Cannonier wins with the physicality, the grappling, something like that. Mixing it up in general, but I think he's going to play right into MVP's game for a majority of the fight, and that's how it's going to end. And that's a tough scene, but we'll see what happens. Moving on to the next fight, we have Carlos Prates versus Jeff Neal. I don't even know why I initially picked it like this, but I am gonna rock with it. Actually, I could probably find a way to justify this for sure. So, um, breaking down both these fighters. Oh, wait, hold on. What's that? It's two. Yeah. So Jeff Neal, I thought looked really good. Oh my goodness. What the heck? How many freaking mountain goats, dude? All twos. That's crazy. That is actually like insane. Um, yeah, I think Jeff Neal looked really well against RDA. Prates did not look that good against Ian Gary. Um, both of these guys just face different levels of opponents, but dude, I don't know. I really just can't trust Prates after that. Um, and I think Jeff Neal was technical enough and smart enough to like create a game plan around this to kind of beat Prates. And I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna be rocking with Neal here, but by decision. I don't think he KOs Prates. I think if he wins, it's actually he could. He does have insane power, but I don't know. I am going to be rocking with Neal by decision here. I think he does go to full distance. A lot of people are thinking that this could be a fight of the year contender. Um, no, I think they're both going to be afraid of each other. I think this one, I'm not saying it's going to be boring, but, um, oh wait, what's that? I saw something over there. I know I did. Yep, I was just a manga. But I think it's just like they're both gonna be kind of afraid of each other, and they're just not gonna. It's gonna be a fun fight, but I think the like a Shavkat and Jeff Neal fight it's still like would be considered better than what this fight will be, but you never know, I guess. But moving on to the next fight, we got Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico, the co-main event. Aaron Pico's debut coming over from Bellator was supposed to fight Evloev a few weeks ago on the Abu Dhabi card. Evloev pulled out. They gave him Lerone Murphy instead. This co-main event should have been a Shavkat Sean Brady. It should have been Ian Gary Sean Brady. Like there's what else? Like Adesanya Strickland 2, maybe something like that, but they they fumbled the bag with it, in my opinion. I am starting to become a little more hyped for this fight specifically, just because I think it does kind of set up like the next like true contender, whoever wins. Um, but I don't know. I don't know what to really expect with this fight. I'm not expecting. I'll tell you, I'm not expecting an absolute war if it's Lerone Murphy, but I do have to respect. Um, he is very good. He is very technically sound. Very well-rounded as a fighter, and I think I think him being an underdog is absolutely insane. Like, what does Vegas know? Like, And is like Lerone Murphy about to get like a robbed or like a rigged scorecard type thing? Like, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous for this, but oh wait, where did I put it down? Um, just because like the lines don't make any sense. Like I feel like the past few years the lines have been, pretty solid, but I don't know. I could be wrong on this one. But either way, I think I will be rocking with LeBron Murphy by decision. I think this is criminal. I want to throw so much money on it, but I just like what do they know? I guess like isn't this kind of short notice for Laurel Murphy? But like either way, that wouldn't sway the line that much. It's very weird though. I think Murphy's gonna make it look easy though. Um, 30-27s. I don't. Is this 5 rounds? I don't think it's 5 rounds. I should check. I don't know. Even if it was 5 rounds, I think it's a very comfortable decision. If it's 5 rounds, 49-46 is across the board for Leroy Murphy, with probably a couple rigged scorecards, kind of. Um, but I think if it's a 3 rounder, I'm looking at 30-27s, maybe a 29-28 in there. Murphy's going to make it look easy and show yet again that there's levels with this whole Bellator fighter moving coming over. And Murphy by decision is what we're rocking with. On to the main event. We got Hamzet Borshemev versus Dricus Duplessis. DDP. What a fight. Arguably fight of the year thus far, like in terms of most anticipated. Um, I think Maraba Newmar was up there too. Nah, not kinda, but not really. Ilya and Charles was up there in terms of most anticipated. This is right up there too. This is something I've been wanting to see for probably yeah, about like a year almost, like since Hamzat's won, maybe a little bit before that. I think this fight, it's just like I just don't know what's gonna happen. I'm not confident in either guy to get it done. Just because I don't know. Both these guys are so good, and I think they're gonna make so many adjustments compared to their previous fights. Like, I feel like they're starting from scratch, and I don't know. Like, part of me thinks that Hamzat's going to be doing really well on the feet and it's going to be testing himself on the feet. Part of me thinks Drake is going to be winning some of these scrambles. Like, I don't know. I'm very, very interested to see how this fight goes. Um, I was dead set on my answer initially. I kind of changed it. I've kind of changed it back. I've worried, but for the most part, I would like to think I'm staying with the same guy, and that is Dricus Duplessis. Yes, I absolutely worry about the sub in the first round, possibly the second. Um, I I don't think Hamza. I think Hamza has a slight cardio problem. I don't think this coach is really that good. I've seen videos on it. This guy's kind of like overrated, but um, I think I think Hamza has just like does not pace himself, and that's why he gasses out so fast. But I think he's gonna pace himself in this fight a little bit. I think he's gonna be doing pretty well. Um, but I think he slows down at like halfway through the third, and then Dreykus just gets him out of there in the fourth round. And then Dreykus will, and then people will start bringing up, oh, Dreykus is middleweight go and all this crazy stuff. And, I don't know. I mean, he's not even close to the title defenses of um, Silva. It's not that close to Adesanya's title wins um, either. So I don't know about that, but he definitely has the best resume of any of those middleweight goats. He'd be right up there if he wins this, but it'll be very interesting. But overall, really excited for the card. I will probably do a recap on Sunday, maybe Monday, depending on how I feel. But either way, YouTube has been real. That's it for now. Goodbye.